Thursday night smokes this week. Doing the whiskey tasting that I said about in my last video, as I haven't had the time to do it until now. So this is the Glengoyne distillery. I have a 12, 18 and a 21 to try. The only thing I know about this distillery is they are very sweet. That's what Brian told me. Anyway, so we shall give those a go. Now I'm pairing it with a cigar that I got from the tobacconist in Taunton. A lot of you know I visit Gary over there quite regularly. This is a New World cigar. So Tom, if you're watching, you'll be very pleased to hear me have this. This is a Rocky Patel, I believe it's the Rocky Patel 60. So the only thing I know about the Rocky Patel, this is a boxed pressed cigar, which is why it's got the flat shape to it. So it's a little bit different texture wise on your palate. Also, Gary did tell me this is quite a peppery cigar. So I'm hoping this will complement the three sweet whiskies I have in front of me. It's always interesting as well with box pressed cigars. The way they get them to hold their shape is they actually put less tobacco in when they roll it originally, so it can compress without basically getting plugged. So I'm quite intrigued by this cigar. Sort of, I want to say sort of cocoa notes really. Yeah, quite interested with this. And even though it's a box pressed cigar, I'm still going to do a V-cut. So first up, the 12-year-old. I want to say that smells quite zesty. It's a bit... Okay, there's alcohol there. You know that burn you get with whiskey, but there's not a lot of flavour to that. Definitely more of, I can feel the alcohol a bit more on that second go. Yeah. Thought I'd use my DuPont lighter tonight because it has like a flat flame and with a box pressed cigar. I thought it'd be quite cool. It's like painting. Definite cocoa notes in that. Oh, there's also black pepper. Okay, so that should be that's a nice strong cigar actually, that should be. It's interesting. Having that cigar, just a couple of puffs on that, has brought out a real wooden note in there. Now on its own, wouldn't have that. I have to admit, I was disappointed. With a cigar, that's not bad. Gives me high hopes for the other two. So, on to the 18. On the nose, I'm not picking up a lot more. There's not a lot of difference though. On the palate, however, that's very smooth. Okay, that's a dangerous one. That's the one where you can have a mate over, do half a bottle before you've realised you've done it. On to the 21-year-old. Just to annoy people. That's definitely got legs. That's got a long finish. Have to admit, it is quite interesting having those three. So, having thought about it a little bit, I think the 12-year-old is definitely the one I'd recommend going for if you wanted a bottle, but only if you want to pair it with something. On its own, I found it just didn't have enough behind it. But pairing it with something like the cigar brought out an extra element that you just wouldn't get otherwise. So for that point of view, or that point, I'd definitely recommend the 12. The other two were nice, but I wouldn't spend the money on those, knowing I could get that and be very happy. As for the cigar, Definitely a lot of pepper. So not for your sort of new cigar smokers, that will knock you on your ass. It's got a lot of strength to it, so you need something like these to basically pair properly. Otherwise, this is just going to overtake everything you pair it with. Anyway, that's the whiskey out of the way. Hope everybody's doing all right. Apparently, this is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Who knew? So hopefully everybody's taking care of themselves and we're all doing all right. And if we're not, fucking talk to somebody. On that cheery note, I shall catch you guys on the next video.